everybody, and welcome back to Cooking It Real. My name is Kathy, and today I have my most handsome husband, Will, as my very special guest. What we're going to be doing today, Will, is one of our favorite dishes, a low country boil. A low country boil is basically the local seafood boiled up with vegetables in a super savory, delicious broth. Join us as we make a low country boil.
Yeah, I'll have to test it a bunch.
Yeah, okay. Okay, what we're going to be using in our couvaillon is bay leaf, black peppercorn. This is fennel seed with mustard seed that is rolled into it, cayenne pepper, and coriander. To your large pot of boiling couvaillon, add 1 large onion quartered, 1 bulb of garlic sliced in half crosswise, 2 or 3 lemons cut into quarters, a lime cut into pieces. If you don't have the fresh citrus, you can always use some apple cider vinegar, between 1/4 and 1/2 of a cup. Add a few sticks of celery cut up and let this all boil for at least 20 minutes.
You just want to get down to where the vein is. And this will definitely make your life easier when it comes time to eating it. This is a fairly clean shrimp. You can't really see the vein. What you want to do is just get the vein out. These are fairly clean. I mean, you might get some shrimp that are much more, like this will be twice as long and much fuller.
And we're leaving the shells on when we do a boil like this because it adds more flavor to the broth. Like if you were going to be preparing shrimp for, like, say, a pasta dish or just a shrimp cocktail or whatever, you would take all of the shell off. But we're leaving it on, and that would be much easier, wouldn't it? I mean, this is kind of fiddly if you think about it, but you really do want to get that vein out if you can. Plus, opening up the back will allow the flavor of the broth to infuse into the shrimp.
If you watch, you'll see I always start on the first segment. Once you get it cut, it's much easier. And then you see I'm holding the shrimp down because, like, you don't want it to move around on you. And this, the vein is not, these are very clean shrimp.
That's always a feel-good thing. When you're cleaning a bunch of shrimp, it's like, yay! This one does. And you can see it. That there will flavor the entire shrimp, and you don't really want it. You want to get enough. But a lot of times, like Will said, you can find these pre-cleaned and pre-split, even though they're still in the shell. But they'll probably be frozen. Because there's a lot of flavor that way. But I keep the blade clean.
Add kosher salt, about 2 or 3 tablespoons, up to 1/4 of a cup. And then you're going to add a very special seasoning. It's called Old Bay, and it is a combination of spices and herbs. And you're going to add a good 1/2 cup or more. This is what's going to give you all the flavor. We're going to be doing both andouille and smoked sausage. Another ingredient that we add is corn on the cob. And then we have some new potatoes. And the idea is for everyone to get a little bit of everything. And we're making like way more than a family of 4 would eat, but we're going to be putting this up and having it over the course of some time. We're going to be sharing it a little bit, and we might also put a tiny bit in the freezer, who knows.
Nice looking sausage. We got about 8 new potatoes, red ones. I'm going to cut them in half.
And why are you going to cut them?
It'll cut the time that they take to cook by about a half, and they'll tend to cook more uniformly the smaller you make them. And also they're easier to test.
Ah, get more flavor in there too.
They will pick up the courgette much better.
Now we add the potatoes. Give it a good stir. Put the lid on and let it come back to a boil. Time for corn. Be careful to add it down low so you don't splash yourself with the hot courgette. Sausage comes next. And notice we're bringing it up to a high simmer or close to a boil between every addition. Now it's time for the shrimp. Everybody into the pool. Give it a good stir. Put the lid on and bring it back to a boil. That'll take about 2 minutes. Once it's boiling, turn the heat down to a simmer and let it simmer for 2 to 3 minutes or until the shrimp is pink.
The odd thing is the shrimp will carry over, and we may have to put the potatoes and the corn back in to get them done. And the thing is that the times in the video are approximate. What you need to do is cook it the way you like it.
And test as you go.
And test as you go. And we're seeing some variance between the potato. And what we want is the corn to be, the potato to be tender. And like, it's hot enough.
Is it tender?
But it's not tender because like it's tender a little bit. I want to be able to just, we might just let it sit for a second and carry over. Right. Or we might just put the potato back in.